Hi there, Darla Delane, founder of She's CEO here. I'm excited about being here with you today. I have been thinking about this topic, especially over the last couple of days, with, always the events around us as we begin to look into them, um, really pull our focus into what we're seeing, right? And so this particular topic, I knew I had wanted to talk about it. And then today I was like, wow, this is like so timely for me. And we're going to talk about optimistic versus realistic. Okay. So optimistic. I want to give a little basis on what optimism is. It is to be optimistic or to feel optimism is a feeling. It is an emotion. It is a feeling and an emotion that can guide into action, right? All emotions are. Fear is an emotion. Worried is an emotion that leads into actions. That emotion guides our thoughts that then lead into actions that we might do from a worried place. So optimism lately is getting I've noticed it's getting a bit of an interesting perspective on it, in that some people are viewing optimism as somehow doing nothing, or being weak, or putting their head in the sand. If someone's optimistic, say, well, I'm optimistic. No, well, I'm realistic, in that you're not looking at what's going on and doing any action. And that could be in our lives, obviously, politically in our countries. But mostly I want to kind of look at in our businesses where we're doing that. And sometimes it is, being optimistic is looked at as a weakness instead of a strength. When you think of the process that you as a human go through to get to be living in this reality that you're living in right now, realism and reality is specifically different for every single human being, because reality is based on a perception of what our senses take in. It's what you see, what you hear, what you experience is your reality. Every single human being has a different reality. And I think if we can first start at that place, then someone saying I'm being realistic, they can be realistic and optimistic at the same time, no matter what the condition, in that their perception of what is happening is their reality. Let's say in business, you've got $10,000 that came into your business last month. All right. And that's just the fact that you're seeing, this $10,000. That's the reality, right? And now if that is what you see, the 10,000, well, maybe someone else with the same business that got 10,000 saw the 10,000, and their reality of it was that there was more than that in there, in that they saw other assets. That is also the reality. Someone else may see less, because when they see that 10,000, that reality of that amount in an account, they may know of other money that's coming in. They may know of other expenses going out. And so their literal view of that same number is different than the person next to them, even within the same company, because what is realistic for you is not the same realistic for someone else. Every single human being has their own perception of the reality. All right. So same thing on optimism, in that one person's optimistic view of something could be to another person so low that they wouldn't perceive that as optimistic. So now we're looking at conditions. When you take out the condition, though, and go straight back to the word optimistic, it is a feeling. All right. It is realistic is not a feeling that you have that guides an action, but optimism is. Pessimism is a feeling that will guide an action. Let's take that same $10,000. And someone looking at that with an optimistic viewpoint would see that, and their vibration is high. They are connected. They're getting inspired action thoughts. Their intuitive hits are coming. They are coming up with even more to make more, because more is what they want. And so it first starts with that decision of what they want. Now they are optimistic about them having that. And let's say they wanted 100,000 and 10,000 has come, and they are still optimistic because they know that 100,000 is coming. So now their inspired actions are leading to giving them even more. So looking at it and saying, oh, I'm going to be realistic. We only got 10. We needed 100,000. Like, this is bad. Then comes the judgment. A realistic viewpoint then has a judgment of it based on your perception of that. It's good, it's bad. It's big, it's little. It's right, it's wrong. The judgments come right after that. So we start with a decision about something we want. We do that from a very energized, creative, visioning, connected to our soul and heart and universe, source, God, whatever that is for you, connected space. That's where your decision for what you want comes. Now you know that it's going to be there when you're still connected, and you are optimistic about it coming. Maybe you are content with it coming. Maybe you're optimistic with it coming. Maybe you're excited about it coming. All three of those are all really great positive emotions that will elicit really inspired thoughts for actions. But they're different levels of that, aren't they? Like when you feel content or feel optimistic or feel excited, there are three different levels. They will inspire different actions. If I'm content about the 10K coming in, then I will move forward with actions that flow from a feeling, an emotion of content. I will take content actions. If I am optimistic, my actions will have a different charge in the inspiration and in the energy, not effort, the energy in which I perform those, right? And then if I'm excited about the 10K, let's say it's a new business. I've never made 10K and I got 10K. Woohoo! My actions then are from a whole different space, aren't they? So being optimistic and feeling optimistic, even if 99 people out of 100 can look at a condition and say it's horrible, if you are optimistic, it doesn't mean you don't see the horrible condition. It means that your actions will move in a higher vibration way to improve the condition. If you look at the condition and you're pessimistic about it, angry, upset, worried, your actions will come from that fear space, which will most likely lead you down the path of just seeing more of that condition as bad and more bad conditions for you. So being optimistic, even when the condition looks like you're judging it as being bad, is the right business step to take. So if you're not feeling optimistic, you look at a condition and you're not feeling optimistic, now your work is to get yourself into that space around it. What is optimistic about it? What could be optimistic about it? And taking yourself through that fine tuning of getting yourself there. So there's not a versus. There's not an optimistic versus realistic. They're not competing thoughts. You can be very realistic in what you see and feel optimistic about it so that your actions will improve the situation. Being realistic, when people say that, more what they're meaning is pessimistic, that they don't think it's going to be better, that they are judging it as bad, one of those kind of pieces. So as you are looking at things that come in your life and your business, and you're watching your emotions, notice if you are not feeling if you're feeling like it's bad or below the line, something like that. See if you can get yourself at least to optimistic about it. Is there a way? Maybe there's a way, I don't know, that could improve this. Could it be improved? Yes, now I'm optimistic. Now I can get inspirations that will lead me to take steps that will improve the situation. So being optimistic is very empowered. It's very strong. It's smart. And it is a way to improve your life, your conditions, and your business. Till next time, Darla Delane with She CEO. See you then.